Namaste, friends. Shelly, welcome to this practice for the busy mama or the busy dad. If you're super busy and you feel like there's just not enough time, we can make time for our practice, because when we can show up to our mat, take time for us, we can show up and be a better mom, a better dad, a better professional. We can be a better friend, a better lover, a better family member. We can all around be a better human in this world. Unroll your mats. Even if those edges are rolling up, I like to just real quick put down like a yoga block or a pillow just to keep that edge from curling up. And let's together get on our mats. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because this is a home practice. So this practice is for you, my beautiful friends. As we together come onto our mat. Traditional savasana, whatever resonates with you more. And if you feel like you need something to help ground you and root you into this moment, join me in putting your hands onto your stomach here. Feeling the connection of your body onto the earth, onto the mat. Giving yourself permission to slow down, to just say the words to yourself. Slow down, slow down. I know as a mom of 3 that it gets very chaotic and very busy, and I actually want to speed up and go faster. So on my practice every day on my mat, I make time to slow it down. And if your feet aren't feeling cozy to you, put them however works best for you, maybe planting down to the earth and letting the knees fall together. Allowing yourself to let go of whatever was happening before this, whatever's happening after, or even if you're in a space where it's not calm and quiet, where if you have children running around, or husbands, or wives, or dogs, or cats, or other animals, or if it's just a chaotic place, allow yourself just to settle. Breathing in a big breath into the heart space. Long, lengthen inhale into the heart space. Dropping the jaw and organically letting it sigh it out. Breathing in a lengthened breath into the heart space for a Puraka Pranayama. Long, lengthen inhale into the heart. And gently letting it organically flow. Long, lengthen inhale into the heart space, my friend. And letting it flow. Each time you inhale, allowing yourself to cleanse and detoxify your breath. Long, lengthen inhale, purifying the breath. And sighing it out. Wonderful work, my friends. Setting an intention for yourself, an intention for your practice. And maybe it is just to slow down a little bit and take this time for self-care for yourself. Because us as busy mamas or busy dads, we often just forget about ourselves because we're so busy taking care of everybody else. Exhaling the arms out to a T. And lengthening the legs long and wide open. Like your arms are a T and your legs are in a jumping jack shape. Pointing the toes straight up high to the ceiling. Inhaling, bringing the hands together. Almost clapping the hands and touching the feet like a laying down jumping jack. Exhaling to that X big wide starfish. feeling what it feels like in your spine, if your tummy is lifting, if your chest is lifting. Inhaling, taking 3 of these, laying down, jumping jacks, just to allow yourself to just have some movement in your body. Taking time for you is the most important thing, my friends. Because I know as a mommy that I went to the first really long time, my friends, like 4 years of being a mom, and I would never take time for myself, and I got lost in a super depressed abyss of not knowing who I was. And by having a daily practice of yoga and taking time for myself, I know who I am now. I can show up better in this life. Exhaling, the legs and the arms long, stretching, creating a long length of energy, tippity toes pointing long, all the way up, all of those chakras, the root chakra, the sexual creative chakra, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown, and finally shooting all the way straight up, my friends. Beautiful work here. Long, lengthened. Inhaling, taking the legs to the right, and then the arms to the right for a banana stretch here. Finding expansion in the ribs on the left, and compression in the right side of the body. Feeling what this feels like, or maybe you feel like you're in a hammock, swaying in the breeze here. I love hammocks. I don't know if you have tried hammocks. I always thought, oh, hammocks are for kids or people who like to take a nap. Hammocks are for everybody. They're super duper cozy. And P.S. children love to play in hammocks. They're super fun. Exhaling back to neutral. Taking a moment to pause and then inhaling, legs to the right, working together, not apart, arms to the left and arms to the left. Same deal, stretching, compressing the ribs on the left side of the body, expanding on the right side of the body. Beautiful work, my friends, here. Taking this moment to just feel what it feels like in your body. Big, deep, lengthen inhale. Letting it go. In yoga, we use pranayama. Prana is the life force, and yama is the breath, and we tie it together, and that's how we can take time for us, and time to connect with the real us deep down. Inhaling to neutral. Slowly bringing the hands to Anjali Mudra, or Namaste, to the chest here. Just taking a moment to be inhaling the arms to a cactus. Cactus bending at a 90-degree angle here. Exhaling the legs and the arms flat back, so you're in a cactus arm here. Really working at walking the shoulder blades together, opening up the heart here as you're opening up your chest here. Inhaling, bending the knees up to a 90-degree angle here, envisioning a invisible wall at your feet here. Inhale, raising up the right foot. Exhaling, and slowly, mindfully tapping that down to the earth. Inhale, raising that heel up to the ceiling. Exhaling. So you might be feeling it in the back of your body, in your open heart, but doing your best to breathe into that heart space. And if you need to, you can walk your shoulder blades out here. Really tapping into that core strength. Taking 3 more of these on the right side. Inhaling, raising up to whatever works best for you. If you need a nice bend in the knee, that's fine. If you can go for a straighter leg, that works great too. Really feeling that stretch of the body. Beautiful work, my friends. Exhaling it down. 1 more of those. Using that core engagement, coursing that core straight. Exhaling that to that 90-degree angle. Tuning into the opposite foot. Inhale, raising that heel up high to the sky. Exhale, tapping. So really feeling the stretch on the top of your foot here as you are plantar flexing it. Inhale, if you can dorsal flex, so really driving the heel up high to the ceiling and feeling that stretch in the back. You can feel the back of the Achilles and the back of the calf here. Inhaling, plantar flexing, planting down to the earth. Exhaling, reverse dorsal, like a dorsal fin of a dolphin. I don't know how that works though. Dorsal flex. Pressing that heel up high, feeling the stretch in the back side of the Achilles and the calf. Inhaling down. Exhaling, rising. both feet. Inhaling, whatever this looks like for you, driving both legs up the wall for Upper Vista Konasana. Nope. This is legs up the wall, but we have an invisible wall here. This is Viparita Karani, my friends, to correct my Sanskrit here. Sometimes the words get all jumbled together. So tuning into whatever this feels like for you. If your hamstrings are a little bit tighter, like mine, you might need a nice generous bend to your knees. But if you can go a little bit straighter, do what feels good for you. Find that happy edge here. Just feeling what that feels like in your legs. And gently inhaling, raising the left arm up high above. And raising the opposite arm and gently pulling. So pulling on the opposite wrist here. We're holding at our belly. And we're pulling. We're busy mamas and busy daddies, but we have time for ourselves here. And even if we're just laying on our mat, my friends, we are still working. I often sweat way worse when I'm on my mat versus when I'm standing, which is kind of crazy, you would think. Inhaling, taking that nice stretch. Exhaling the arms down. Inhale, raising the arms up, grabbing the wrist, the right wrist with the left hand and gently pulling over the head here. Opening up and expanding at one side of the body and compressing at the opposite. Giving yourself a little love and gratitude. If you're shaking, that is okay. Shake it out, my friends. Really warming. If you're feeling, maybe you want to do a little bicycle. Bicycle it out. Just taking this at your own pace. Really keeping that engagement of that core. Inhaling the arms to the sides. If you want something with the hands, you can keep them raised up or you can plant them at your belly. Or you can raise them above high. Whatever feels best for you. I know often I want to kind of get more bang for the buck, so I'll do motions like maybe pretending like you're doing a little bench press here while you're pedaling out your feet. Inhaling, repositioning, and backing up those feet, going the opposite direction here. Again, dorsal flexing, planting the heel, whereas before we were pressing with the tops of our feet. Inhaling, back pedaling here. Big back pedal. If you want to do that invisible bench press, or if you want to just keep the hands calm and chill right here. Pausing here. And slowly and mindfully grabbing at the back side of the legs, we're going to come in for a little rockabye baby. So if you can rock up, just doing your rockabye babies. And if this doesn't work for you, if you have a spinal injury that prohibits this, please, I encourage you to roll on your side and come up to a seated position here. Or if you can, just getting a few rocks into what feels good for you, really feeling that spine. Feels so good. Inhaling up to a seated crisscross applesaucing the feet and coming into the knees here and slowly and mindfully coming back, grabbing, pausing your video if you need to grab a blanket. When we're on our knees, we want to treat our knees with loving care, my friends, and not hurt our patella. So folding up a blanket nice and neat and putting that underneath of the knees here for a little bit of the support here. Inhale, raising up the back for some cow and cats here, like a black cat on Halloween. It was just Halloween yesterday, and I did not see any black cats. Did you see any black cats for Halloween? I did not. Exhaling, sinking, and taking these cow and cats at your own pace. If you like to go quicker paced cow and cats, or if you like to take them slow, this is your practice, and I'm merely here as a guide. So I welcome you at any point to just be free to be in your own skin here. Tuning in that prana, that life force to the breath. Big, beautiful work, my friends. Big, beautiful work. That does not really make sense, but sometimes when I'm practicing yoga and I'm speaking, I'm like, what am I saying? The words that are coming out get jumbled sometimes. That's okay because I'm showing up here and I'm not perfect. I'm perfectly imperfect just the way I am, my friends. Exhaling, planting the hands in for a wide open starfish hand here. Really grounding down through the thumb and the pointer finger. I have wider shoulder blades and it works better for me to let my pinky hang over the edge of the mat. If you have more petite shoulders, keeping your hands underneath about a palm print ahead of your shoulders, and just really tuning into what feels good for you. Slowly rotating the biceps out, coming back up high for a nice plank pose here, tuning into the feet, nice tight core, tighten the core, the glutes, the booty. Mateys is what I say to my children. Exhale and pushing all the way up for a downward facing dog here. And feeling the difference, what that feels like in your sit bones as you really drive the sit bones up, really open up the shoulders and the back of the body here. Inhale, coming back to that Métis, that plank pose here, and really tuning into pressing through the shoulders, rolling the biceps, not forgetting to breathe. Exhaling slowly and mindfully, coming in for a chaturanga, halfway dropping, coming in for an up dog here if that works best for you, or if you need to do a cobra. Cobra coming all the way down to the earth, softly coming up, or if you want something a little bit deeper, up dog, up for an up dog. Releasing the tops of the feet down to the earth, coursing that core strength, finding that beautiful up dog here, feeling what this feels like. Exhaling, soft twist to one side, to the other. Tapping the feet, tuning the feet back in, pressing back into that downward facing dog here. And taking a few of these from our down dog here, transitioning into that Métis, walking the plank, really feeling the transition from the booty into the hands here. Exhaling, taking that chaturanga variation that works best for you. Really tuning in, keeping the elbows tucked into the ribs here. Exhale the tops of the feet down, finding that up dog here. Big, beautiful breath in, my friends. Exhaling, back of the feet down, coming in for that downward facing dog. One more of those at your own pace, my friends. From that down dog, transitioning to that plank here, coming into the plank, hugging the elbows in towards the ribs. Tops of the feet go down. Up dog, beautiful work, my friends. Back to that down dog, however that looks to you. Slowly and mindfully walking past that blanket, if that blanket's here, to that forward fold here. Big breath in. Slowly raising to a half flat back. Exhaling down to the earth. Inhale, raising, removing wrinkles from the neck, creating a long length of energy from the tailbone all the way to the top of the head. Exhaling, sinking. Inhale slowly, each vertebrae by vertebrae, raising up to standing. Taking it slow and steady. And I know on mornings where I feel I don't have enough time, I always like to throw in a balancing pose here. So tuning in for a figure four. We're going to take a little balance from our mountain, taking a moment to feel what it feels like in your body in this Tadasana. Tuning in to your heart, to the energy, to your arms, to your legs, all that cultivation. Planting the right foot down into the earth. In yoga, we have 4 points of the foot, 2 in the front, in the pads, and 2 in the heel. So really, with my kids, I always tell them, put it on like glue. So put your glue on your foot, and then when you're trying to pull it, it won't move. So really tuning into the leg that's planted on the earth and the integrity of your body. Keeping ergonomically correct by keeping the knee over the ankle, the hip over the knee. In these balancing poses, we have this tendency to be lazy and pop a hip out. So really tuning in, corseting that core strength, and no matter what you think of your core, I've had 3 babies, my core, the perceptions are off and on, but I know it's strong, it holds me up, it holds us all up. Really tuning into that body, keeping that strength, finding length. Exhaling, planting that foot into the earth, coming in for that figure four, and lifting the right, the left foot, and planting it, bypassing the knee, keeping it, you can keep it up more higher towards the crease. If that feels best for you, you can work it down, just do not rest it right on our joints. We want to be very cautious of our joints. And feeling what feels best for you, if it feels better to nestle between the foot and the bone, or just on the ankle spot. Just feel what that feels like in your body here. Breathing in a breath, tuning into a drishti. In yoga, we use a drishti, a visual point, something still that helps us focus. Focusing, big breath in. Finding that length in that spine. And you can just be here. If this is where you need to be, this is enough. If you have a chair and need to grab that, you are more than welcome, or you can go to a wall. Slowly and mindfully, if you're feeling like it, if your body is feeling, slowly bending, tuning in to that visual point, really suctioning those 4 points of the foot into the earth. You can bend down, keeping the hands in Anjali Mudra, Namaste at the heart space. And if you fall out, it happens. Come back in, wiggle it out, don't beat yourself up. Come back in. These balancing poses are like a huge metaphor of our life. When things get hard, are you going to fall? Sometimes. Are you going to get back up? Yeah, we're going to get back up. We're going to always try. We're not going to ever give up. P.S. My house has been on the market for over 4.5 months. And yesterday was the last day that we were going to lose the contract on our mountain home. And we had a showing. We're keeping our fingers crossed. The people called and said that they think they're going to put in an offer. So I'm not getting knocked over, working through the burn, getting a little bit of my life story. Slowly and mindfully hinging up, feeling the burn and shaking it out, maybe shaking in a circle one way, shaking the opposite direction, and taking a Tadasana, a mountain, pressing the feet into the earth and just feeling what that feels like. To be off balance, to be in these crazy balancing poses, to work through our bodies, mental and our minds, mental turmoil and the burn, and just show up. Planting the left foot into the earth, crossing, coming in for that figure 4. So again, tuning in to where it feels good. If it feels better up near the hip crease or lower down, just bypassing that knee and feeling where it feels best for your foot, maybe in between the foot and that little bone on the outside of your foot, or it may be bypassing and pressing your foot a little further out, finding that integrity of that hip. I could feel mine wanting to pop out. Coarsening the core. The core is even working here. We often think that we only get core workout movement when we're doing crunches and things, but if you are properly doing yoga or whatever workout you're doing, engaging your core is a prime must. Hands to Anjali Mudra. If being here is all that you can be, that is enough. Or if you feel like it, finding that drishti and sinking. Taking 5 breaths at your own pace. Working through distractions. Taking time to slow it down. Releasing from the thoughts of everything that you have to do. Even the thoughts of how busy your momminess or daddiness is. And just allow yourself to be one with the moment. Just showing up here. Beautiful work. You're doing amazing. Working through. If you fall out, float back in. Slowly coming up. Shaking it out. Ooh. Shaking it on out. And slowly, my friends, meeting at the top of the mat, taking a forward fold here. Just ragdolling, allowing yourself to just be slowly crouching down if you can. If you can crouch down, if you have to be up here, that's okay. If you can crouch down, I encourage you to crouch and give yourself a hug and acknowledge yourself and give yourself gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for all that you do. You are truly a gift. You are amazing. And slowly releasing those arms behind and coming and releasing the legs long for a staff pose here. Just feeling what that feels like in our legs here, releasing them a little bit. Releasing the arms behind us. Fingers can be pointed in towards our booty, maybe a handprint behind, or you can face them away. I prefer hands faced in. Finding length in the spine, lengthening the legs to what feels good for you. Opening up the chest here, opening up the heart. Breathing it in, letting it fall. Breathing it in and letting it fall. Good job, busy mama, busy daddy. Inhale, lengthening the arms long. Folding forward here for a seated folding forward fold. If you have straighter legs, doing your best to keep a straighter spine, or if you have more bent knees. You can bend in here. So sometimes I like to even crouch and bring my feet up nice and tight so I can tuck my forehead in. And that's okay if you need to have a nice bend, and just give yourself so much love and gratitude. And just letting yourself cool it on down. Breathing that breath and letting it go. Good job, my friends. Slowly and mindfully coming in for Baddha Konasana, for the butterfly. Soles of the feet kissing soles of the feet here. Flapping your wings here. Moving those sit bones around, moving that fleshy part of the booty over. If you have any tailbone injuries, you can definitely use a blanket here. And give yourself a little blanket. Or if it just feels more comfortable. I don't have tailbone injuries, but I have had students who have had those from births. I teach baby and me. It's a class for mommies and babies from 3 months to walking. And some mommies have had some wicked tailbone or pain in their hips and pelvis, obviously from childbirth. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, folding forward and slowly pressing in to your hips for this beautiful hip opener here. Big breath in. Humble tuck to the chin, removing the wrinkles from the neck. Inhale, raising up your butterfly. Exhale, sinking. Inhale, rising. Exhale, sinking. One more, my friends. Inhale. Exhaling. And coming into your favorite Sukhasana. If you're new to the practice, crisscross applesauce is what we call it at our house. You can crisscross applesauce. Traditionally, you can put one leg on the outside or one leg up, whatever feels best for you. Inhale, raising the body up tall. Exhale, twisting to the right side, opposite hand on opposite knee here. Not compromising the integrity of the spine by trying to go too deep and bending back. Find that length and that gentle twist in that midsection, the lumbar section of the spine here. When we take these twists, it is like a natural cleansing. We're always worried about washing our hands and our bodies, but twists are a way where we can internally cleanse ourselves out. Inhale, raising up. I can definitely feel it in my delts. Exhaling from all of those plank pose, those plank to chaturangas. Those will get ya. Exhaling, twisting. Breathing in a big breath of love for yourself. Exhaling love. Breathing in gratitude. Exhaling gratitude. Inhale, raising up to neutral. Bringing hands, palms, kissing palms to the heart center. And finishing off with 3 ohms. Om is the primordial sound of the universe, and I love finishing with Om. It's a way to change your vibration. If you're feeling stressed out or crazy with all of your kids, sometimes I'll just be like, Om, 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 and it's just a way to shift your thoughts. So this is a tool that I use that I want to share with you. Om is what connects all earth, air, and ether. And knowing that you can just hum this, or you can internalize it, but your voice is the most healing thing for you, the vibrations of your voice into your surroundings. So if you're not in a safe place, pause this. Go mantraing. I was very self-conscious. Go somewhere in the basement, in the bathroom, in your bedroom, lock the door. Go somewhere where no one can hear you but yourself, or even in the shower. Maybe don't take your phone in the shower unless it is a waterproof iPhone. Hands to heart center, and it's just a breath in and release the word Om. 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 Beautiful work. Good job, my friends. I'm sending you so much gratitude for showing up for this practice and practicing with people from all over the world. People are practicing yoga all over the world. So there's like hundreds of thousands of millions of people all over the world practicing yoga. And knowing that no matter what's happening in your life, that this too shall pass, and there's not one feeling, thought, or emotion that ever lasted a lifetime. I know how overwhelming it can be when we're being a mom, and whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you work, or stay-at-home dad or a working dad, that it gets just as overwhelming and chaotic at home as it does out in the real world. And know that when you can start and make this time and this space for yourself on your mat by showing up for yourself here, that you can show up out there in the outside world in such a better, you have just a better everything. You're more clear. You just can let go of things. You don't freak out as much and just react to situations. You can more respond and come from an open heart. I love you so much, I love you so much, hands. Friends, I do love you, hands. You're awesome. And I love you, friends. Journeying the hands up to the third eye, giving a little gentle massage with the knuckles in one direction, reversing. The love and the light and the divine within me honors and acknowledges the love and the light within you. Namaste. So much love, my friends. You're doing such an amazing job, and if you enjoyed this practice, please share with your friends. Thumbs up. I will do my best to keep inspiring you and uplifting other mamas, other yogis, other spiritual followers, or other just people who are curious about yoga and are like, what is this yoga thing about? I like it, but I'm not sure what it's about. I used to be like that, and here I am. Hello, yoga teacher, Reiki master. Where did that come from? When the universe aligns, it aligns. I love you.